Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Ria and I will help you to quickly get started with this amazing app, ezybill. Easy bhi, sahi bhi. So, let's get started. To begin with, go to www.ezybill.in and click on the Sign Up Now button. Here enter the details requested, your mobile number, name, email address, password and then confirm your password and click on Sign Up button. Now, you will have to fill in your organization profile, where you need to provide information about your business, along with your contact details, address, financial start and end date, etc. Note, this information will be printed on your invoices or vouchers. So, make sure you enter the correct details. And click on Save. That's how simple it is. You are now signed up. Now, let's do a few quick settings by navigating to the settings page from the top right menu bar. Here we can change the invoice prefix if required, invoice sequence, format of the invoice, the number of additional copies to print, etc. As you can see, there are few options you can choose here. One really useful feature would be that of use last sale price. If you set this to true, ezybill would remember the last sale price for any given product for each customer. If no sale was made, then it would select the price from the item details. So that can be really useful and save your time. You can also change the terms and conditions to be printed on the invoice as per your business needs. Additionally, you can also add your company logo, set up an email account for you to be able to send emails directly from ezybill, and other similar settings for other documents like quotations, purchase orders, credit notes, debit notes, etc. Once you have made changes to the settings, click on Save Settings button. Now let's navigate to the dashboard and take a look. Here you will be presented with useful information about your sales, payment receivables, payables, inventory and expenses. Also you can view a graphical representation of your data. As of now, it's all empty. So, let's create a quick invoice. To create an invoice, click on the Add New button on the top left and select Sales Invoice from the menu. Let's add a new customer by clicking on the plus icon next to the customer input. Now enter the customer name, GST IN number. You can also validate the GST IN number by clicking on the Validate GST link. Now add the customer address, contact person if any, email address and phone number. You can also set an opening balance as of any given date for the customer, so that you can receive payments against it in ezybill. Finally, click on Save and you can see that the customer is automatically selected. Since we have no items added yet, let's add an item by clicking at the plus button next to the item input. Here you can add your item by providing an item description, unit of measurement, unit price. You can either provide price before or including tax, and ezybill will automatically calculate it for you. You can also provide a standard discount item code, barcode, brand name, etc. Next, under inventory details, you can add information regarding opening stock quantity, opening stock value, minimum order quantity, maximum order quantity and lead time, in days, for placing order. Finally, you can click on Save to add the item. You can now see that the item is added and automatically selected. Here you can change the item quantity and unit price if required, and also add a discount on the item. Then click the Add Item button provided below. This will add the item in the invoice. If you need to add more items to the invoice, you can add similarly by clicking on the Add Item button and entering the details for the item like we did in the previous step. Now that we have added a couple of items to the invoice, let's save the invoice. You can either save and print directly or just save. In our case, we will just save the invoice and then click on Print. So you just added an invoice and here it is. You can see the invoice is a very detailed and GST compliant. Even after creating an invoice, you can still add, edit or delete items from the invoice. To edit, click on the pencil icon shown on each item and you can change the item itself or item quantity, unit price, etc. You can also add more items on the invoice if required. By clicking on the plus icon button on top right of the invoice item list. Select the item you wish to add. Enter quantity, unit price, discount if required and click on Add Item. After you are done editing the invoice, make sure to click the Update button to save the changes. Now, let's receive some payment against the invoice. To add or receive payment, you can click on the rupee icon button on the top of the screen. Here you can check the full payment or even accept partial payment by changing the amount. Select the payment mode as check, for example. Now let's add a bank account so that we can track the payments at bank level. Click on the plus button on the bank input field and enter bank name, account number, branch, account type. Select this as primary account and click on Save. Now add some notes for the payment and click on Add Payment. Now let's go back and check the invoice and you can see that the amount received and due amount have been updated. Now that we have created an invoice and also added payment, let's go back to the dashboard and take a look. Right here you can see that the receivables have been updated. You can also see that the graphs for sales have been updated, and if you hover on the month you can see the total sales for the month. Similarly, you can see the incoming payments graph as well. Now let's click on the receivables amount. This will take us to all the receivables from your customers. Here you can see the opening balance, total sales, total received and balance due. Next, let's generate a ledger statement for this customer. To do this, click on the horizontal ellipses button on the far right and choose Customer Ledger. Here you can see that the entire ledger is shown for the current financial year. You can print the ledger statement and send it to your customer. Or you can also choose to directly email the statement to the customer by clicking on the email icon button on the top right. Wow! So we have done so much with so little effort. Hope you found this video helpful. For more detailed videos on all our features, please visit our YouTube channel or visit www.ezybill.in. Thank you for watching.